Corpbiz.
Hello, my name is Shalin Verma and I welcome you to our YouTube channel Corpbiz. Today we will understand the popular human-wildlife conflict mitigation strategies in India. So these strategies aim to reduce and manage the conflicts between human and wildlife which can occur when the needs and the behaviors of wildlife conflict with those of the people surrounding nearby. These conflicts can arise from various reasons, including competition for resources such as water and food, habitat loss or fragmentation, or human activities that disrupt the wildlife behavior or migration patterns. The vision of human-wildlife conflict mitigation strategy is to create a world where people and wildlife can coexist in harmony, where nature is protected and valued, and where local communities benefit from conservation efforts. The mission aims to achieve this by implementing effective and sustainable mitigation strategies based on scientific research, community engagement, stakeholder participation. By implementing these strategies, a proponent can promote sustainable coexistence between humans and wildlife, ensure the long-term benefits from their project and reduce the impacts on the natural resources and their overexploitation. So, what are the popular human-wildlife conflict mitigation strategies? Let's have a look. These strategies may include measures such as habitat management, that is, managing and restoring wildlife habitats to reduce conflicts, such as restoring natural corridors for wildlife movement, creating buffer zones between human settlements and wildlife habitats, etc. Next is human behavior modification. This includes changing the human behavior to reduce these conflicts by reducing disposal of waste or food sources that may attract wildlife and enforce rules and regulations to restrict human activities in sensitive areas. Next is technology-based solution. Using technologies to reduce conflicts such as installing fencing or electrical fences around crops and livestock enclosures, using motion activation lights or alarms to detect wildlife, and deploying drones and other surveillance tools to monitor wildlife movements is also gaining popularity. Next is community-based solution that involves local communities to find solution to the human-wildlife conflict by encouraging them to develop sustainable livelihood compatible with wildlife conservation, providing education and awareness about wildlife behavior and habitat, and engaging local people in conservation efforts. Now, in the wake of strict environmental legislations in the country, it becomes essential to understand the guiding principles of human-wildlife conflict mitigation. These conflict mitigation strategies can ensure an effective, sustainable, and socially acceptable interventions leading to a positive human and wildlife coexistence. The guiding principles of human-wildlife conflict mitigation strategies must be science-based, participatory, proactive, adaptive, collaborative, sustainable, and equitable. Now, the framework for such mitigation strategies must also be understood. This includes National Level Human-Wildlife Conflict Management Plan. This plan includes a comprehensive assessment of human-wildlife conflict situations in India, a description of its management framework, and an action plan for addressing this issue. Next is state-level conflict management plans. The state plans should include a detailed assessment of the human-wildlife conflict situations and analysis of the causes of such conflicts, and set up an action plan to mitigate such conflicts. Also, some other key approaches include habitat improvement and restoration, human behavior modification, capacity building and awareness, and conflict resolution. Finally, let's understand the strategic priorities of human-wildlife conflict. These include strategic priority A, which is for addressing the critical drivers of conflict and involves identifying and addressing the underlying causes of conflict to prevent such conflicts from occurring in the first place. Next is strategic priority B, which is meant to reduce direct pressure leading to conflict situations, taking measures to minimize the likelihood of human-wildlife conflicts when they do occur. Some direct forces that lead to conflict situations include crop and livestock depredation, property damage, and threats to human safety. Next is strategic priority C, which is for making information and data available on conflicts to the decision makers and field response teams to ensure an accurate and up-to-date information on any disputes. Next is strategic priority D, which is for reducing the negative impacts of conflicts on humans and wildlife and involves taking measures to minimize the adverse effect of the conflict. Such conflicts can have a range of negative impacts, including economic loss, damage to property, threats to human safety, as well as negative impacts on wildlife population and their habitats. Lastly, strategic priority E, which is for effectively implementing national, state and local human-wildlife conflict mitigation plans and involves strengthening the financial and institutional structures that support conflict mitigation efforts. Human-wildlife conflict is a crucial area to focus for promoting sustainable coexistence between humans and wildlife. It can negatively impact humans and wildlife, cause economic loss, damage to property and threats to human safety. Effective mitigation therefore requires collaboration and coordination between government agencies, NGOs, local communities and other stakeholders. The inputs of certified experts during the reporting of mandatory assessment process such as EIA or EMP and plannings such as wildlife conservation plan or forest clearances has proven beneficial in the overall success of development projects. So, if you have any requirement in this regard, Corpbiz can be the one-stop solution for all your environmental compliance needs. By implementing these strategies, a project proponent can promote sustainable coexistence between humans and wildlife. Contact our experts from the details provided below. Like and share this video if you found it helpful. Also, keep tuned by subscribing to our channel. Thank you for watching.